Okay, welcome to the triage on the 24th of January. We will be starting with some of the recent issues in Chef Server and then going back to the old ones. So let's see, this is the newest one. Does Chef 12 support Postgres 9.5 and later? Also, where can I find which Postgres versions are compatible with Chef 12?
So one quick question. I noticed it didn't get tagged on Triage. Do we have auto tag?
I think we did, but I don't know. This one is slightly different. It is a transferred issue. So I don't know if the auto tagging is only if you create a new issue here.
Okay. Interesting question. Anyhow.
Yeah, although but you're right. In theory, it should be.
All right. So where's the actual text of this? Is there more to this than?
This is 1888. Why doesn't it show anything?
I'd love to find that.
Yeah, officially, I'm not aware, but this is something that we can test now.
And what did we ship with Chef 12? I thought it was Postgres 9. I thought we shipped 9.2 and 9.6.
9.6, I want to say.
So they're like, this is a, I guess, I mean, I feel like we'd give them a brief answer here. Maybe is that Chef Server, depending on the 12, depending on the version, ships with either 9.2 or 9.5, 9.6, or just we should check that. As far as like external Postgres,
yeah.
I mean, I guess they're probably asking about external Postgres if I
have
between the lines.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. Postgres 9.2 and 9.6 are the two that got shipped with 12.18.
Yeah.
Looks like 12.18 stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
I have.
So which would make me think that if it's shipped with that, then 9.2 and 9.6 should be supported on later versions of Chef 12, even if it is external. But
I mean, we know it works with 9.2 and 9.6.
So it should work with 9.5 in theory.
Yeah. So I would say we ship later version of Chef 12 shipped with 9.6, shipped and used Postgres 9.6. What version? We had this Chef backend migration that was like Postgres 10 or 11. We should find out. We have tested it with. We have done limited testing with Postgres 10.
The Chef backend Postgres is not out.
It's not out, but we did testing, so at least works. I guess that would be we ship it with ship Chef Server with 9.6, so we know that works. We've done some testing with 10.x, and that we believe it works.
Okay. Backend currently ships with 9.5. There was also a testing done with 11.
Okay.
But I don't know. They're all branches that never. I was wanting to see if I could quickly check what version onwards 9.6 is supported.
I'm not sure. Probably somewhere around 12.5 if I had to take a stab in the dark.
So no, 12.14 is only 9.2.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to check what happens with 12.15 is only 9.2. 12.16 does not seem to have a branch. Let's see, it's 12.17 has both.
Okay.
So June 28th, 2017 was when we added 9.6.
Okay.
So I don't know what happens in 16, but I can be sure that 12.17 onwards we support both.
Okay. And then we've done some, yeah.
Which one is this? 12, 17, 33. I have never officially tested this with external Postgres, but should I just say it's a safe assumption to make that this should work with the same versions of Postgres for external Postgres, and since 9.5 is in between, it should also work with 9.5. But it's not tested, so I don't want to say yes, it does.
I guess, I mean, we know that Chef Backend's using 9.5 right now.
Yeah, Chef Backend is on 9.5.
So probably 9. I would say that we have done testing around 9.5, 10, and 11. We've done some testing around 9.5, 10, 11, but not fully.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of changes for 10, or at least some changes for moving to 10 in Chef Backend. I don't remember, but I don't think it worked off the bat.
Well, it was all about migrating, and what happened was I did a little work on this. I picked up from Ryan or you or somebody and did a little work, and then got randomized again. But
Yeah,
the big problem was that Chef Backend uses the synchronization stuff, and they totally renamed and redid a lot of stuff in that. And so
yeah,
the work in Chef Backend had nothing to do with Chef Server's use of the database. It was all around the replication facility, which had a lot of name changes. Write ahead logs got named into something else, and so there's
yes,
churn in Backend to support the fact that Postgres tweaked a lot of naming and other conventions, and doing a clean migration turned out to be painful and all that. But that doesn't really affect Chef Server's usage of 10 and 11. If I remember correctly, if you just started a fresh thing with 10 or Chef fresh thing with Postgres 11, they worked just fine. It was all about just trying to get your data migrated over cleanly without taking huge amounts of
yeah,
downtime.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
where things bog down.
Yeah, the write ahead logs were different, I think.
Yeah, then they renamed them. I
Yeah,
think
they
the
renamed.
files probably were compatible, but getting everything lined up afterwards was not totally easy.
Yeah.
All right, we may need to do a little bit of wordsmithing in this.
Yeah, I just want to put my thought out
Yeah.
first. Should be able to work with. Okay.
Yeah, it's 9/5 or later. Yeah. Yeah, I would. Okay, so that's not quite correct. We support 9.6 and migrate from 9.2. That's why we ship both. It's not to give users a choice. We had to have 9.2 to upgrade.
Oh, okay.
Use 9.6 for internal.
Yeah, I guess what I wanted to say was if you had an external Postgres, but I'm not being clear at all. So let me get. You're right.
I would say uses 9.6 and not get into the 9.2 stuff because I would just say I would do those two sentences in parallel construction. Shipped with 9.6. And
Right?
yeah, I would just I might even start with we expect that I'm trying to think of the right way to say this. I mean, I think there's a general statement there that
Yeah.
you know that
We would like to think that this does work, but
our expectation, I might lead with our expectation. It's not clear whether you're asking about internal or external Postgres, but we're assuming external.
yeah.
I think I'd start, lead with the general statement that we don't do much in Chef server that uses Postgres. We're not deeply tied to many Postgres features in Chef server.
Oh.
I'm randomizing you. I'm sorry here.
I'm just trying to frame the sentence. How do I say we? Like I wanted to say we use primary Postgres. Like that's not what I want to say, but like we. Use features in Postgres that should bias to
Yeah,
version.
you could even simplify it. Chef server generally does not use many version specific features of Postgres. And you can cut out a lot of words there, I think, but sorry, I'm picky. Yes. You've learned to do this. You probably can type the year 2020 reliably now too.
Yes.
I'm still typing 2019 in Chef Server, so
Infra server. Yeah, you framed it much better. Wait, help me out.
does not use version specific many. I guess what I'm trying to say here is the stuff we use in the Chef Server doesn't really. It touches lightly on Postgres. It's almost generic SQL.
Yeah.
And that's a legacy of the fact we worked on MySQL for a long time.
Yeah.
And so it does not use many version specific. Yeah. I think I would say
Give. I don't want to say that gives the freedom to do anything. You think what you want to. That being said,
that does not use many. I would say does not use many version specific features of Postgres. So, and then to say, so we are relatively independent of Postgres version. We have tested Chef Server against Postgres 10 and 11. We've done.
just
I would say
backend.
we have done limited testing of Chef Server against. Yeah, I wouldn't even mention. Yeah, I wouldn't even mention that they don't need to know about the migrations. It's just like and just and so believe it should and so believe Chef Server works. So Chef Server should work fine against the. At least as far as we know. I mean, I'd say, hey, we've done some limited. I guess the thing I'm trying to convey is I know we've done limited testing. We've not done a full tested release, but
Right.
seems like it works.
Yeah.
So this is what we know.
Yeah.
And this sort of. I mean, that being said, it's probably time to look into migrating Chef Server to like Postgres 12 or something, which actually wouldn't be that bad. Because their migration tooling got much better.
Yeah, we have the migrate chef backend first. But sure.
All right, so
Comment?
I would say should work. I would say I would remove fine and say work isn't as far as we know. Yeah, that looks good.
Where can I find which PostgreSQL versions are compatible with Chef 12? I don't know we have a matrix like that, which is
Yeah,
why I've put the
yeah.
aspect documentation.
We should maybe put a note, note to ourselves is that we should, when we I mean, this is BYODB is really the case. BYODB and external cloud DBs. We should make sure the doc. I think the take out of this, the actionable thing out of this, is make sure that the docs for bring your own database and cloud databases lists which Postgres versions we know we support.
Yeah.
That would be
Notes. It will be good to. I put it right on the ticket, then there will be context for anybody else looking at it later.
yeah.
To
That's
create we support versions matrix for Chef Server and PostgreSQL. Actually, any external service that we use, like even Elasticsearch.
Yeah. Since we were kind of trying to figure that out ourselves.
Yeah. And for especially your own DB and which was the other case you mentioned? Cloud.
And cloud, yeah. Which is really another.
Yeah. Sort of bring your own DKs.
Yeah.
So I just put aspect documentation, I don't know, component. Database, external connections, others, upgrade.
No, I mean, I don't know.
It's like it doesn't fit. I'm just trying to squeeze it somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit. This is where the catch-all.
Yeah. Breaking, change, bug. This is chore, maybe. Size. I'm gonna say this is a small.
Yeah.
And triage. Well, we don't have a matrix. I'm gonna confirm it. It is. Good first issue? Sure.
Yeah, I mean.
There was also to be prioritized, but I keep forgetting why we added that.
I mean, I think that was most. Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at this one. I mean, technically, this doesn't belong here.
It's push jobs. It is public. Hey, I can transfer this over there. And then we can look at it there.
I might do it just a real quick drive-by.
Yeah, see? There is a transfer issue thing here.
Cool.
I hadn't seen it until today.
Yeah, I know.
Knife node status node name. as an aside, is this a good test to add?
I think there's some push jobs. I mean, now that we have this testing framework for multi-host stuff, setting up a chef server with push jobs and one client pinging it would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Even if it was just, are you alive? Right there would be a huge thing.
Yeah, we could certainly put that in our list. We install push jobs right now, but we just run the tests. We are not creating a client. But yes, I will put this.
Right. Did this get transferred?
Oh, I haven't. I haven't transferred it. I can. Choose a repository. It should be, it's in progress. Oh, look. It transferred.
Nice.
That's so cool. Okay, we can take a look at this while we are here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to configure. Yeah, okay. Sorry for the digression. I don't know.
I'm typing something here.
Yeah. Would you put aspect as stability or correctness?
This is really a support thing in some ways.
Yeah.
This doesn't necessarily have. This is someone asking for support.
I'm not sure if this is a bug yet.
Yeah.
Maybe needs information. I assume you're typing something. Yeah, but waiting on contributor. Yeah, these are a couple of. This one can close. We have the backend scenario now. I think this is Elasticsearch is what we will be working on next. And we wanted FIPS, but I can definitely create one issue to add a scenario for a push-ups client. Oh, sorry. All right. Seeing as these are all internal, I'm going to scroll back to the slightly older issues. I think this was what we had missed. Chef server 12.4.1 install fields with sudo.
All right, so we're on to. I entered a response to that thing. We're on
Oh,
to.
thank you.
I think
Awesome.
this support things. We should make sure people know that we don't check these as frequently as they might want. You know, since we're only doing this meeting weekly and things like
Yeah.
this. So they, the Slack channels are going to be a lot more easier on the sort of answer response cycle.
Okay. Should we put the name of the Slack channel or link
Oh,
on how to run them? Or,
oh, yeah, that might be useful. I don't have the link handy.
okay, we could add it in later.
All right, 793 is what you're looking at.
793. Yeah. I think we missed this one. So what he's trying to do is a sudo chef server kernel reconfigure. I quickly run this with the sudo command and see if it still fails, because if that line of code still exists or is the same, it hasn't been changed. I say it's changed slightly, but it is still a su minus instead of su. So if that failure happens, we should still see it today. And I have a running instance. So I thought I could quickly just run and see
Okay,
if it's something we can close out.
that'd be nice. I like closing bugs.
Yeah, and it's okay if I'm not testing with 12.4.1, right? It's okay if I'm just testing with the latest
If we're testing with
release.
yeah, I think our answer. We're not going to release a new version of 12.4.1 with this
Yeah,
fixed.
yeah,
We're going to, if it didn't work, if it, it's going to be latest.
yeah. Oh, but the thing is, the box that I have up right now already has Chef Server installed. Like, I don't know if it'll make a difference if this was a first install versus a second, I mean, a first reconfigure versus a second reconfigure. Okay, so maybe then this should just be, correctness. This would be the packaging.
It fails.
No, the second reconfigure is successful if I run it with sudo,
Uh-huh.
but this is not the one that is being used to set up the deb for the very first time. Yeah, I could try to bring a vegan box up, but the one that I have is the Chef Server dev embedment, which already comes
Oh,
up. That's why
yeah,
this is a
that's
second.
yeah, yeah. Chef server dev environment's probably just weird enough to not exercise this case well.
Yep, yep, that's what I think. And I could bring a vegan box up, but then I'll be defeating the purpose of this triage,
Yeah.
although my hands are itching too, but I
Yes.
will not.
So yeah, there's a work queue that is I mean
I wish
we
there were 4 people here and like 2 people could do things in parallel. I feel like it's going to be so much harder to come back to these issues rather than just doing
can
them.
we yeah, I feel like can we assign these to MSIS for verification?
So we did have a conversation about that. We will get some help from MSIS, especially for issues that probably need to be reproduced or something like this, or need some documentation or are omnibus. We can request some help from their side.
That would be awesome.
If they are Erlang specific, then I think
Yeah.
we have we are making this a priority and to assign it to the team, but it'll be sometime in March that we
Yeah.
will actually start walking through them. But like the way I'm looking at it is that once we release the next 2 versions of Chef Server, uh, Solar, RabbitMQ, and Expander would no longer be present. So
Mm-hmm.
bugs related to that can close, which will help us quite a bit.
Yes.
And MSIS can help us with trying to figure out if if something needs to be reproduced or if it is omnibus.
Yeah.
That will help with the load quite a bit. And then there'll be the lang issues that Lincoln or
Yeah.
something else in the team can take a look at starting
Well, yeah.
March. So
I feel like is yeah the basic thing. Try these steps with a new version of Chef Server. See if they repeat. Is
right.
something that has a lot of parallelism
Yes.
to it, and more
Yes.
hands. Some of this stuff, more hands don't help, but this is definitely one where more hands help.
Yeah. Try reproducing. There you go. Status. Get first issue. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
cannot close it, which makes me really sad.
So yeah. Um.
How are we doing in time? We still have 10 minutes.
Yeah. And I do have a hard stop today, unfortunately.
Okay,
So
so
let's look at this one.
I'm almost tempted to push this, but
I have a question. Will
yes,
there be RabbitMQ in the next Chef Server release?
there is RabbitMQ, but it is shut off. We are not using it anymore, but we have not deleted all of the code.
I
Just to
feel
keep wiggle room for anybody who might want to go back to Solar in that version.
I would say that at that point we have a firm intent that we will not be fixing RabbitMQ bugs.
Yes, you are right.
Let's close this bug with at this point in time, we are planning to remove RabbitMQ in the near future and do not plan to invest. We're not going to fix this. I mean, we can be nice, but I mean, realistically, unless we hit some major disaster that says Elasticsearch doesn't work, which I can't see us hitting, we're going to be RabbitMQ free in the future and investing investing our limited time into fixing this is probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen for next release, and the release after that will be
No.
RabbitMQ free. So
Yes.
let's just close this.
Okay. And this is Jeremiah. So
Yeah.
sorry. We have not been able before. We are currently working on moving away from RabbitMQ. The remote in 13.3 on Chef server. With that as a goal, we are not fixing any MQ bugs.
I might just be stronger. We have no plans to fix any RabbitMQ bugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Closing this issue. Season. Should I say something like, please feel free to open it again?
If this, yeah, or if our plans, if our, we can always reopen this if our plans change.
Open the
Closed.
error. We have 5 minutes, so
Let's
let's
look
see.
at this and make it the last.
Yes. Error executing again. Action run on resource bootstrap.
Okay. I think they've, okay, so first of all, I think, okay, so first of all, they're running a Debian 8, not an Ubuntu 14.
Yeah. I think they should recheck if this still exists.
Yeah, try to repro also.
Don't know if it makes sense putting any aspect here.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, for try to repro, I think I'm not going to put anything else. May or may not be a setup or a bug, or yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to put try to reproduce.
Yeah, let's just
leave it at this.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is a lot of these things are not live issues anymore.
Yeah. All right, we have about 2 minutes.
Um,
Should I stop?
let's stop.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for your time, Mark.
Yes.